When I first decided to let artificial intelligence control my entire life for a week, I didn't fully understand what I was getting into. I thought it would be a fun experiment, something I could laugh about later, maybe even brag about on social media. But what unfolded over those 7 days turned out to be one of the most eye-opening experiences I've ever had. It all started on a Monday morning. I woke up as usual, but instead of reaching for my phone to scroll mindlessly, I had set up an AI assistant the night before to determine exactly how I would start my day. The moment I opened my eyes, the AI suggested I do a quick 5-minute meditation to clear my mind. Normally, I would never meditate. My mornings usually consisted of chaotic rush to get ready, chug coffee, and check emails. But as I sat there, focusing on my breath, I felt a surprising sense of calm wash over me. It was as if my mind finally had a moment to settle before the day truly began. After meditation, the AI instructed me to drink a full glass of water with lemon. Again, not my usual habit. I'm more of a straight-to-caffeine type of person, but I followed its guidance strictly because that was the whole point of the experiment: complete surrender to artificial intelligence. Next, to pick my outfit. I had to upload photos of my clothes into an app that analyzed colors, weather, my schedule, and even my mood data from a wearable device I'd been using. It chose a simple yet smart outfit: dark jeans, a white t-shirt, and a light blue jacket. I felt slightly skeptical, but surprisingly confident stepping out of the house. The AI even decided what I should eat for breakfast: a protein smoothie with spinach, banana, protein powder, and almond milk. This was definitely a departure from my usual pastry and coffee. As I sipped the greenish concoction, I felt a bit out of my element, but also strangely proud of my willingness to embrace something different. After breakfast, the AI scheduled my workday to the minute. It used data from my calendar, emails, and task lists to create a hyper-optimized schedule. It even scheduled breaks and recommended that I do short stretching exercises every hour. Normally, I get lost in work for hours without standing up, but with constant reminders, I found myself more energetic and less stiff than usual. Around lunchtime, the AI told me to prepare a salad with chickpeas, cherry tomatoes, avocado, and a lemon tahini dressing. I usually order fast food or skip lunch, but I went along with it. Surprisingly, the fresh salad felt satisfying and left me feeling light and focused for the rest of the afternoon. By evening, I was instructed to go for a 30-minute walk to decompress and get some fresh air. I usually wind down by watching TV or endlessly scrolling on my phone. As I walked through the park, I noticed how clear my mind felt, how I could hear the birds and appreciate the subtle colors of the sunset. It was like seeing the world through a fresh lens. That night, AI recommended a calming herbal tea and reading a book instead of staring at a screen. It even suggested which book from my shelf to read based on my past interests. I found myself actually enjoying the pages, something I hadn't done in months. I went to bed at 10 p.m. sharp, as the AI set an optimal sleep schedule based on my chronotype and sleep data. I fell asleep faster than I expected and woke up feeling rested and strangely accomplished. On Tuesday, I woke up to a gentle alarm that mimicked sunrise, another AI suggestion. I felt more refreshed and ready to take on the day. The morning meditation was longer, about 10 minutes, followed by a brief journaling session. The AI had suggested prompts like, "What are you grateful for today?" and "What is one thing you'd like to accomplish?" This introspection felt awkward at first, but as the pen moved, I began to uncover thoughts and feelings I had buried under daily noise. My outfit for the day was slightly more formal because I had a virtual meeting. The AI even suggested a tie, which I hadn't worn in years. It felt a bit excessive, but my colleagues complimented my professional appearance, boosting my confidence unexpectedly. Breakfast was overnight oats with chia seeds, berries, and honey. Another healthy, energy-boosting meal. I felt steady energy throughout the morning, avoiding the usual sugar crash. The AI scheduled deep work blocks with no distractions, muting notifications, and even blocking certain apps on my phone. At first, I kept reaching for my phone out of habit, but eventually, I found myself fully immersed in the task at hand, completing projects much faster than usual. Lunch was a quinoa bowl with roasted vegetables and hummus. The AI had analyzed my nutritional needs and recommended meals to improve focus and digestion. After lunch, it scheduled a quick power nap, something I'd always considered lazy. However, the AI cited studies showing improved memory and productivity. Reluctantly, I lay down and ended up waking up after 20 minutes feeling surprisingly recharged. My afternoon was filled with creative tasks, and I felt sharper than I had in months. In the evening, the AI suggested a home workout session, bodyweight exercises guided by a fitness app it selected. I usually avoid working out, especially at home, but I gave a shot. My muscles burned, and I felt sweaty and alive in a way that surprised me. Dinner was a simple stir-fry with tofu and brown rice. Afterward, instead of TV, the AI recommended that I call a friend I hadn't spoken to in a while. I called my old college roommate, and we ended up talking for an hour, reconnecting in a way that made me feel deeply fulfilled. Another early bedtime capped off the day, with the AI reminding me to write down 3 positive things that happened. As I lay in bed, I felt a sense of peace and satisfaction that was unfamiliar yet comforting. Wednesday felt like a continuation of this new rhythm. I began to feel like I was living in an optimized simulation where every action had a purpose. Morning meditation and journaling were becoming second nature. Breakfast was a veggie omelet with whole grain toast. The AI had noted I needed more protein to support muscle recovery from the workout. My work schedule included focus sessions and creative brainstorming. The AI even suggested brief, mindful pauses, where I closed my eyes for a minute and focused on breathing. Lunch was a hearty lentil soup with whole grain bread. It was raining outside, and the AI suggested working by a window with natural light, accompanied by a soft instrumental playlist. The environment felt serene, and my productivity was surprisingly high. In the afternoon, the AI scheduled an online language lesson. I had always wanted to learn Spanish, but never found the time. This forced me to take the first step. I stumbled through basic phrases, but felt excited at the prospect of learning something new. In the evening, the AI suggested a light yoga session to stretch and relax. I awkwardly followed along with an online video, but afterward, I felt calm and present. Dinner was a light vegetable stew, followed by another reading session. The AI recommended a new book that was out of my comfort zone, a historical novel. As I read, I found myself absorbed in the world of the story, my mind traveling to a different time and place. Before bed, I wrote down insights from the day, realizing that my perception of productivity and rest had been completely flipped. Thursday started with a guided breathing exercise focused on energy, followed by journaling. Breakfast was a berry smoothie bowl. Work tasks included a mix of meetings and focused creative work. The AI scheduled a midday walk despite the drizzle outside, claiming that the fresh air would boost my mood and creativity. Reluctantly, I went outside with an umbrella and ended up enjoying the quiet, rainy atmosphere. Lunch was a Mediterranean salad with olives, feta, and mixed greens. After lunch, the AI scheduled a short dance session as a joyful movement break. I felt ridiculous at first, dancing alone in my living room, but soon I started laughing at myself and genuinely having fun. This playful energy carried into the afternoon, where I tackled a difficult project with unexpected enthusiasm. Dinner was a comforting bowl of miso soup and steamed vegetables. In the evening, the AI suggested a digital decluttering session, organizing files, unsubscribing from unwanted emails, and cleaning up my phone apps. It felt tedious, but also deeply satisfying to clear out digital clutter. Afterward, the AI recommended a documentary on environmental conservation. I learned new things and felt inspired to make small changes in my own life. Before bed, I practiced gratitude journaling and went to sleep with a sense of contentment. On Friday, I noticed how these habits were starting to embed themselves in my mind. The morning routine felt automatic now. Breakfast was avocado toast with cherry tomatoes and arugula. My workday included blocked focus periods and virtual brainstorming with team. The AI encouraged me to actively listen and note down ideas without interrupting, improving the quality of our discussion. Lunch was a hearty grain bowl with mixed veggies and tahini dressing. In the afternoon, the AI scheduled a creative hobby hour. I decided to try digital drawing, something I've been curious about but always postponed. Even though my sketches were clumsy, I felt a childlike excitement in creating something purely for fun. The evening included a short jog in the park, dinner with a focus on leafy greens, and a video call with my parents. The AI had reminded me it had been weeks since I last checked in with them. Our conversation brought warmth and connection didn't realize I was missing. Saturday felt like a reset day. The AI scheduled a longer meditation session and a reflective journaling exercise about the week so far. Breakfast was a big fruit platter and herbal tea. Instead of work tasks, the AI recommended a day focused on creativity and rest. I spent the morning sketching, then tried cooking a new recipe for lunch, zucchini noodles with a spicy peanut sauce. In the afternoon, I tackled a creative writing exercise the AI suggested. I wrote a short story about an alternate universe where technology was banned. It felt liberating to let my imagination run wild without judgment. Later, the AI encouraged a nature outing, so I went to a nearby botanical garden. I noticed details I usually overlook: the delicate veins on leaves, the different shades of green, the way light filtered through tree branches. I felt grounded and connected to the world around me. Dinner was a simple mushroom risotto. The AI suggested ending the evening with a warm bath and a calming playlist. I reflected on how different my life felt after just 6 days of AI guidance. My habits had shifted, my energy levels were higher, and my mind felt clearer. That night, I went to bed feeling deeply grateful for the journey. Sunday, the final day, started with a gratitude meditation and a reflective journaling session summarizing my experience. Breakfast was an energizing smoothie. Instead of planning every minute, the AI allowed more flexibility, suggesting a flow day where I could follow my intuition within gentle guidelines. I visited a local farmer's market, cooked a fresh lunch with ingredients I picked out myself, and spent the afternoon in a park reading. In the evening, the AI guided me through a final review of the week. What habits I wanted to keep, what I learned, and what surprised me most. I realized how much time I usually wasted on distractions, how disconnected I had been from my body and mind, and how small shifts could create a huge impact on my overall well-being. I noticed that the AI suggestions weren't just about productivity. They were about living a more mindful, intentional life. Each action, each meal, each pause was designed to support my physical and mental health in a holistic way. Reflecting on the entire week, I felt both amazed and a little bit sad that it was over. The experiment taught me that while AI can't replace human spontaneity or emotion, it can act as an incredible guide to help us live healthier and more meaningful lives. I saw firsthand how the right nudges at the right time can transform routines into rituals, distractions into focused moments, and mundane tasks into opportunities for growth and joy. Even though I wouldn't let AI control every detail of my life forever, I decided to keep many of the habits it introduced. Morning meditation, mindful eating, movement breaks, creative hobbies, and more intentional social connections. My perspective on AI shifted from seeing it as a cold, robotic force to appreciating it as a potential partner in creating a more balanced life. As I returned to my normal routine, I carried forward this newfound sense of awareness. My phone no longer felt like just a device, but a tool for well-being when used consciously. I learned that sometimes we need a push, even if it comes from an algorithm, to break free from autopilot and rediscover what truly matters. After this week, I believe that AI, when used thoughtfully, has the power to change not just how we work, but how we live, how we connect, and how we find joy in everyday moments. I may not continue letting AI dictate my every move, but I'll forever be grateful for the week it opened my eyes to a new way of being.